Merry Christmas from all of us here at Geek Power Toy Reviews. And today we're continuing our countdown to Christmas with the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2023. In yesterday's video on the 4th of December, we opened the fourth door, giving us the Santa's Little Helper pit droid with bag of pod racer parts. And today on the 5th of December, we'll be opening the fifth door on our Star Wars Advent Calendar for 2023. I'm here with my Christmas cup of coffee. I've got my little Santa's hat on. I'm even wearing my Star Wars Christmas jumper. So without further ado, let's open the fifth door on our Advent calendar. So it looks like the fifth door is just here, the second row down from the top. And when we break it open, looks like we've got another micro build. So let's see what we get. Once again, we've got our little poly bag of Lego pieces. So let's rip it open and get building. So from what it looks like on the door, we might be building the clone turbo tank from the prequel trilogy, or more well known as the Clone Wars era of Star Wars. So let's see, where are we starting off? We need the modified 1x2 Lego brick with the studs on the side, the cheese wedge needs to go on the top, and the modified dark bluish grey studs with the peg on the top need to go into the hollow studs on the side of the brick. So we need 4 of those, 2 on each side. So that's one sub-assembly created. The next one we need the 1x3 dark bluish grey plate, the 1x1x2 plate with the hollow stud on the top needs to go at the end, followed by the light bluish grey cheese wedge and the light bluish grey round Lego stud. Then underneath we need a dark bluish grey 1x1 brick with a open stud on either side, and we need to attach 2 more of those dark bluish grey studs with the peg sticking out the top, and those need to go into those hollow studs, and we can now attach that in the center on the underside of the sub-assembly. Then for the final section we need another 1x2 light bluish grey brick with 2 hollow studs on both sides, and we need to repeat the process with the first sub-assembly by attaching those dark bluish grey studs with the peg on the top on both sides. And then finally we need to attach the light bluish grey round stud on the end, No, we don't. Sorry about that. We need to attach the dark bluish grey stud with the peg coming out from the side and attach that on the end. Then on top of that we need to attach the light bluish grey cheese slope. And now we get to pop all the two sub-assemblies on both sides of the main centre section. And there we have it. There is our micro build of the clone turbo tank. So giving it a look at a distance, it definitely encapsulates the general aesthetics of that clone turbo tank. I've never owned the actual play scale one myself, but it definitely does give off the right idea. You know, the multiple wheels on the sides, the smaller section at the front for the cockpit or driver's section. Then we've got the round stud for where the turret would be, the large back section, and then the rear gunner seat. And the only other way to really get that across to you guys is to give you a close-up look. So let's jump straight into the close-up so you guys can get a better idea about how cool it actually is. And here is your close-up look of the clone turbo tank micro build. As you can see, it's got 5 pairs of automated wheels on the bottom, and then you see how I was telling you about the smaller section at the front for the driver's seat, the rounded stud showing where the turret would pop up from, the large back section to hold all your clone troopers and one-person walkers, and then we've got the little peg section at the back here to show off where the rear gunner seat would be. And due to the way it's built, you can still articulate that rear peg, giving it a great little play feature. And even though the wheels don't even touch the surface or roll in any sort of way, they definitely give off the right idea, you know? So that's about everything with the close-up. I'll take you back to the wide shot to give you my final verdict. So my final verdict for the micro build of a clone turbo tank, I think it's great. It's definitely encapsulating all the iconic details of the vehicle. It's neatly proportioned, maybe not 100% to scale in micro scale, but in the aspects of play, it's really quite nice. And the fact that at the back section with the rear gunner seat, we can still articulate the turret when you're holding on to the cheese slope securely, definitely adds to that sense of play, you know? I mean, if we take a look at what we've been given so far, just imagine, I don't know, you've got the clone turbo tank in the middle of a war zone or a city or village or whatever it might be, and then Cad Bane's Justifier comes flying in and starts trying to shoot it down or dive bomb it like I did. it really does help give you the essence of play that you're looking for, and it only helps to boost the imagination of the child playing with it or the big kid playing with it, you know? And then on top of that, maybe let's say Order 66 has been commenced, and instead of thinking of this as the Mandalorian's N1 starfighter, we think of it as a stripped down Naboo starfighter, and there's a Jedi that's piloting it, and as it's flying overhead, the clones have been given Order 66 and are having to execute the Jedi, you know? There's so many different ways that you can look at this. Whether, if I just put the starfighter back down, whether the clone turbo tank is fighting the good fight or fighting the bad fight, we just don't know. When it comes to the scenario you want to put it in, you know? But overall, for the fifth offering in our Star Wars Advent Calendar, it's definitely a good one. So, if you've liked the video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you're a new viewer and you're not yet subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Leave us a comment about your favourite part. And until next time, I hope you have a geektacular time. And from all of us at Geek Power Toy Reviews, we wish you a Merry Christmas. See you soon.